What up, y'all? This is Cozy Moon Podcast, and this is just a drive-in. But I'm not driving right now because I'm done with my Sunday driving. Okay, I took my nephews and my two midgets to Cold Stone, and we had great ice cream. And I need like an afternoon chill. So I just wanted to talk about the drive-in to school and drop off and pick up. Like, I don't understand why this part of taking your kids to school and picking them up has to be so tedious all the time. Well, let's just walk through it, and I'll give you the things I don't understand why it's so hard to do, why it's so hard to make an exception for, and just some things I was questioning on why certain things can be done a certain way. But okay, let's get into my concerns. Okay, so my 4-year-old goes to a pre-K, right? It's on my way to work, so she has to be there at 8:30. If he comes later than 8:30, I guess it's up to me, because recently she has been going a little after 8:30 because the traffic in Atlanta is so bad. Or sometimes if I get her like around the school early, I may park around the area and just chill with her and talk to her in the car. Or we might do like the brain quest in the car, the little flashcard questions things in the car, just to kill time. But if I bring her in there before 8:30, I'm basically paying for before school care. And before school care for her would be from 7:30 to 8:30, and then 8:30 to 3 is her regular school time. Anytime after 3, they charge you $2 per minute that you're late. Of course, I always pick her up before 3. But if I bring her there before 8:30, they will charge me $115 per week, because that's considered her being there before care. It is not that serious. So sometimes when she first started, I would bring her, sign her in, bring her upstairs to her class at 8:28, and I'll be in the classroom, or 8:29. And one day, one of her teachers put me aside. It was like, since she's not in the before care, you have to bring her in here 8:30, and you can't bring her before or they'll charge you. A minute though? 1 minute. Like, are you serious? Like, there's so many companies that's supposed to cater to keeping your children, looking after your children, that's so money hungry that it makes no sense. What is a minute while I'm in the classroom? You're not doing anything while you have 15 or 20 other kids in this classroom. But anyway, I bring her in there exactly 8:30 now. So my part-time job is really cool about me coming in 9 o'clock-ish, 9-ish. So it's not really a big deal, but it shouldn't matter. And for me right now, because I'm doing everything by myself when it comes to my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old, I can't let my 1-year-old go, because if my 1-year-old goes to her school, she's considered a mobile infant, and that is $1,069 a month I would have to pay to have her sister go there. So I usually flip-flop and have like one of my friends keep my 1-year-old, being that she works night until I get off during the afternoon, and I pick up Anya, and then I'll relieve her, and then she can go to work or whatever, which is nice, and I appreciate that, but it shouldn't be that difficult. And then, a lot of jobs start a shift at 7:30, which was the issue with my main job, because we had tours that were like dead set for the year that we had to work. So because I couldn't drop Anya off before 8:30, and my shift at that job started at 7:30 to 12:30, it really messed me up. So I just was like, forget it. Like, I'm not going to stress me having to take off time to hurry up and weave through traffic to get to work. Like, it was either I was going to be late all the time. 2, it was either I'm going to get in a car crash on my way to work, trying not to be late. Or 3, I'm going to be charged money because I'm late to be picking her up type stuff. And I just didn't want that headache. So I was just like, forget it. So now I just do 1 job instead of 2. Which sucks because I need the money of 2 jobs. So, right now I'm just really like interviewing, so I could find a job that can pay me enough to have both of them in school before and after school, so I can get off and still pay for them to be in like daycare or some type of schooling, which is very hard because a lot of jobs in Georgia don't want to pay you shit. But like the drop off shouldn't be that hard. Their parking lot, it's not car friendly. So when you come into their parking lot, you either park to the left or to the right, but it's a straight drive back. And then you have to basically make a 3-point turn in order to come out, which is annoying. And then when you have parents coming in and out in the morning, it's kind of like who's coming out, who's going in. And I don't want to hit anybody's kid in the street. And you can't really see because it's not enough room to really back out and not hit another car or hit another person. So I just avoid it altogether and I park on the street. And then I just walk, Anya around to school. And then when I'm leaving out, I park in a direction of me to just basically take a right turn and get on the street and drive to work. And the key thing about living in Atlanta is knowing back streets. And I take back streets all the way to work. I take back streets when I'm coming from work to go pick her up. I take back streets when I'm trying to go home because I hate traffic. I cannot stand traffic, especially when there's no reason for the traffic. I cannot stand it altogether. So the whole dropping her off is annoying. The picking her up is not so annoying because I usually get there like 2:30-ish, 2:45-ish. And I don't park in the parking lot. And I just go in and I have to wait for them to like buzz me in because it's automatically locked. Some parents have like a code for the door. I don't have a code for the door. I don't care. Just open the door when you see me because y'all know I'm Anya's mom. I go to the little desk thing, I sign her out, and I just walk upstairs. Usually when I pick her up, it's around their nap time, and I'll just stand at the door. Her teacher will see me. She'll tell Anya. Anya really doesn't really nap unless she's forced, but they don't force her to nap. She just has to be quiet if other kids are napping. And I just pick her up. Any homework she has, I take it with her. Sometimes she'll take a snack with her. Sometimes she won't. Really doesn't matter. Once Anya gets into the house, she eats everything. So I get her, scoop her up, take her downstairs. Sometimes if my friend brings her in the morning so I could get to work a little bit earlier, she'll leave her car seat. So I'll take her car seat with me and Anya and take her to the car and then go home to relieve my friend of Ari, her sister. But it shouldn't be that difficult when it comes to dropping off your kid for school and picking them up. It should be a lot easier. And when I tell you these daycares and these pre-Ks are making buku dollars, and the nerve of them to ask for donations of like, can you donate some costumes? Can you donate some play clothes? Can you donate some books? Can you donate can you volunteer to bring in some breakfast for grandparents' breakfast day? I don't have time to chill with y'all and enjoy these festivities. And the amount of money that y'all getting from these parents coming to this school, y'all should be enough to provide any type of supply y'all want to give these kids. Y'all shouldn't be asking no parents for nothing, let alone me, a single parent that's taking care of 2 kids, volunteering me for anything. Like, y'all need to chill. I'm just coming here to pick up my child, drop her off, and be about my business. Even like the director put me aside and she was like, you know what? Where's your 1-year-old going? And I said, she's just staying home with some family and friends of mine until I can like afford her daycare. She was like, what can you afford? I said, not your $1,000.69 a month. She was like, well, we have like a lower income program where you could pay $500. I'm not even giving you $500 a month for my child to be up in here at a select time. Like, that's crazy. And this is why people go half on a baby, because the amount of money it costs for daycare and your kid to be going to school is hella expensive. And unless you're making buku dollars or you married somebody that was well off, I don't see how people today can afford to have their kids go to daycares and certain schools and pay that and pay their bills. And if you ever went to college, I'm sure you have loans and pay loans too. Like, that shit is ridiculous. And so it's just really hard for me right now to understand or fathom being able to pay for that. And no, I cannot get help from Georgia to cover any daycare because I quote unquote make too much money, which is BS. There's no way where you can see how much I'm paying on the bills with the house, with a car, with 2 kids and say, oh, you make too much money. That's BS. Like, I know, like, their dads do not help me with anything financially when it comes to them. So I'm dealing, and that is my peeve when it comes to dropping off and picking up kids at school. I'm sure if y'all have, like, a long line and hella traffic when it comes to dropping off your kids and picking them up from school, you get annoyed too. And I've seen schools, like, the parking lot, the way it is, it's set up to come out on the street. Cars never want to stop. So it's kind of like if a car is parked to your left, blocking your view, you can't see if a car is coming. So you have to basically wing it. If a car is parked, or a FedEx truck or a UPS truck is parked to your right, you can't see what cars are coming in the opposite direction, so you kind of have to wing it. So it's just like an accident ready to happen when you're coming out of that school. So that's why I park on the streetway. I don't run into any issues with neighbors not wanting me to park near their house because they know I'm just going to be in and out. So I just wish more schools were like hassle-free when it comes to taking your kids in and stuff. But it is what it is for right now. When I move and within the next month and I get a new house, possibly I am going to have to change her school because it's impossible with the morning traffic for me to get her there at a certain time if she stays. So hopefully I find something, but I know y'all be annoyed dropping y'all kids off and picking them up from school just like I do. I just don't understand it, and I just wish people were more patient, more understanding of parents who have to be at a job at a certain time and don't look for a come up when it comes to parents' pockets when they're dropping off their kids. Just chill. Just chill. This is Shan, and this is Cozy Woman. Thank you for listening. Y'all parents out there, keep y'all drop off and pick up very calm and relaxing. Whatever you need to do. Sometimes I need to get an iced coffee before I go through that mess because sometimes I just have to bite my tongue on the things that I see people do. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be good out here. This is Shan. Thank you for listening to Cozy Room. Deuces.